Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to sunny Spain. This is the third and fourth place bronze medal matchup between France and Lithuania. It's live, and it is the FIBA U17 Men's Basketball Cup. Well, Teresa, we've seen these two teams over the last few days, but over the whole entire tournament, they've been fantastic, of course. But what are we expecting here in this bronze medal game?
I think we expect really battle for this bronze medal, but let me remind you, you just mentioned those semis yesterday, and it will be good to see how both teams will deal with those yesterday's games, because we know France lost Spain, but we know it was a very physical game, and not only physically, also mentally, because we knew France came here to try to win the championship, and this has been a huge disappointment for a French team. On the other hand, we've seen underdogs Lithuania against US yesterday, and you know what, I think they might look a little bit fresher today, possibly, so they could just bring that good confidence, because you know what, they played US team, they knew they were underdogs, so I don't think it affected them mentally as much as that French team.
Well, there you can see, of course, the final that will happen later on tonight will be between our host Spain and the five-time defending champions of the FIBA U17 Men's Basketball Cup, the United States of America. Well, we're going to take a look at some of the players here from both teams. We're probably going to start with the Lithuanians now. There you can see Padegimas, but I mean, Teresa, who are some of the other key players that we've seen so far here for the Lithuanian national team?
We know, and we spoke about the depth in bench, right? And the importance that even though the team's having leaders, it's so important that other players are going to step up. And I think those other players could be Gigas, who had 17 points, 4 rebounds yesterday against US, which is great individual performance against this athletic US team. Then Stonkus was great shooting lately as well. And Bielauskas, I think, you know, it's going to be one of the really important games from his, because on the other hand, we see Alexander Saar, who is very good. And basically the whole French team is really good on the glass. So I think what Lithuania will have to take care of is the defensive rebounding.
Well, as you mentioned there, Kevinskas, you know, the key player in the backcourt for them, who, you know, against the United States, did a very good job of maintaining the full court pressure. And Vitautas Gigas being one of their top scorers. Padegimas, of course, being the key player, the go-to player. But Bielauskas, this is a game he really has to step up here against the physicality and the size of the French national team.
Yes, indeed. He's averaging almost double-double, 10.8 rebounds, 9.5 points. But I think today his presence under the rim will be very important, and I love to see that cooperation with Kevinskas and Bielauskas as well, because the point guard and big is so important. It could be really threat to the defense if they don't know how to sort out a pick and roll defense. Which, credit the French team, of course, they should adjust to it. But it'll be interesting to see if Lithuania, with those changes defensively.
Lineups addressed, national anthems read, played, and exchanging of gifts. Welcome everybody, FIBA U17 basketball.
We have Blanca, Cecilia Burns. Well, we're very proud to say we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. They've done an excellent job at all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do so here tonight for the bronze medal. There you have it, Gemma Jordan-Renaud, Scott Becker, and Blanca Cecilia Burns. Well, we're going to take a look at the starting lineups now for these two teams. And again, it's going to be very interesting to see what changes both coaches go with, or what similarities we see in previous starting lineups. Now, you can see there is the head coach of Lithuania. Well, Coach Bardaukas coaching in the second league, the NKL of Lithuania with BC Atlas. And Teresa, you know, what can we make of this starting lineup here for Lithuania?
Well, we see one change in there, that Matulevic is starting instead of Gigas, so that's an interesting move from Coach Bardaukas. I think he will just try to match up and, you know, maybe make it a little bit uncomfortable for this French team since first minutes of the game. And, you know, he had only 8 minutes, so only the game is going to show us what is the game plan for this game against France.
Well, as you mentioned there, Coach Bardaukas got a very talented team. Now let's switch over to France now. Again, this is a team with a lot of talented players. No doubt we're going to see some of them maybe heading to the NBA. Maybe some of them will be staying in France. You don't know, of course. I mean, it's a very experienced coaching staff with a huge job here, of course, to develop this young talent. Now, as we take a look at the starting lineup, Teresa, I mean, who has been the most impressive player in this tournament for France so far?
You know, I love Zachary Rivers-Sachet. He had really good 3 games so far at this tournament. But also, don't forget Wilson Jacques. He had a great game yesterday. We know that his presence under the rim for this French team makes difference as well. Diawara, really athletic guard, you know, and Pietrus, as I already mentioned, it will be really important how the point guard is going to handle the change of defense what Lithuania is going to display against this French team.
Well, a little bit of history for these two teams here in the medal round. Of course, we mentioned the inaugural tournament of the FIBA U17 Men's Basketball World Cup was hosted in Hamburg back in 2010. Lithuania came in 4th place as they missed out in the semifinals with a loss to the United States and then a loss to Canada in the bronze medal match. Well, we're now currently a minute away, as you can see there. The official sponsor, the Tissot Countdown, says we're very close to the jump ball. We'll go back to the history, of course, Teresa. What I was saying was, you know, the tournament was hosted in Kaunas back in 2012. The second one, USA won that one, but neither France or Lithuania were able to get into the top 4. Now, Lithuania did win the bronze medal in 2016 in Zaragoza, and that was against Spain. France, in the last tournament in 2018, they lost emphatically against the United States. Well, one of the key players for France in that game was Théo Maledon, who recently played for France in the FIBA Men's Basketball World Cup qualifiers. So this is going to be a matchup of about national pride and basketball identity.
Yeah, I think when we're talking about the mental toughness at this age, we know that these two teams has faced each other twice in under-17 World Cup history, and Lithuania won both. One in that 2012 9th place game, 75-64, and that 2016 quarterfinals in overtime, 73-72. So, and we know that France lost yesterday that semi-final game, Lithuania won. So it would be really good to see if that mental advantage over the French team is going to really play in favor of this Lithuanian team.
Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, as we mentioned, we thank you for joining us here in the beautiful city of Malaga. Well, we are currently in the amazing Palacio de Deportes Jose Maria Martin Carpena, the home of Unicaja, but at the moment, the home here of the FIBA U17 Men's Basketball World Cup Finals. This is the bronze medal game. Lithuania are going to play up against France. Don't go anywhere as we're set for tip. Well, Bieliauskas is going to jump here with Diawara. Well, the tip is on the way now. Lithuania will get the first possession out. Well, Kepažinskas, one of the key players here in the backcourt for Lithuania. We're getting a handoff here now with Padegimas. Kepažinskas now gets caught in a very aggressive double team here. Well, we're under 10 on the shot clock now. Kepažinskas goes all the way, and he's fouled early on again. That's going to be a problem for France if Kepažinskas starts to draw some foul trouble here against the French defense.
Yes, indeed. They will definitely have to stop him. We know that Kepažinskas is a key player, absolute key player for Lithuania. We've seen that game against US when he was on the bench. The Lithuanian team has been completely lost. So really, French defense needs to adjust.
Well, Stukas going all the way. He lays that one off the backboard. Aggressive move. Now, Teresa, one thing you've got to understand, of course, this is a game of different emotions here. I mean, Lithuania going up against a very tough United States team in the semifinals, while France, a disappointing loss to Spain. Are the emotions different with these two teams at the moment?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it, because we know France came here to win the championship. Lithuania came here to fight for the championship, and I think those semifinals, that big disappointment and that kind of practice game, let's say, against the US for Lithuania, I think it could play the key role today.
Well, Florent Pietrou, you saw the last basket there for France, is now, I think he must try to go to the basket. He has to kick this one out to Justas Stukas, takes a three-pointer, three is up, and it's good for downtown. Well, Justas Stukas from downtown nails it early on. Well, being led here in the backcourt by Pietrou again. One of the things that the French coaching staff said yesterday is that their playmakers were a little slow there. There you can see a pick and pop with the big man, Wilson Jacques. Again, he likes to go to that pick and pop for the mid-range.
Yeah, he loves that position. He scored really two identical shots like that yesterday in that game against Spain. So really, Lithuania have to step a little bit higher to him and contest that shot.
Well, Matulovic now looking to attack here against Diawara. Gets caught a double team, shows no fear, goes straight to the basket. Again, taking on two French defenders there. Again, a player who doesn't start regularly for Lithuania. Bit of a tactical change now here for Coach Bardauskas.
Yeah, it tells you what quality the coaches are as well in here, of course, because Coach Bardauskas knew why he's putting Matulovic on the court.
Well, Wilson Jacques now here trying to post up against Bieliauskas. The foul has been called again. You think there, Wilson Jacques was just about to throw the basketball away there, interception, but Justas Stukas just committing a very unnecessary foul. So it will be, well, there's the foul there, the reach in. That was going to be a turnover, but France now will get a fresh 14 here on the shot clock. Well, Diawara now, the pick and roll here goes between Pietrou and Wilson Jacques. We've got to get something going now. We'll kick this one out to Diawara. He tries a three-pointer. Bieliauskas tries to force off the backboard, can't keep it alive. Oh, Visachet will try a three-pointer. Again, another offensive rebound, but yet another miss here for France. Well, France now patiently just trying to build up some momentum here. Another three-pointer coming from Pietrou. Again, it's another miss. But again, it's another offensive rebound. Well, Lithuania at the moment struggling for size and aggression here. As Pietrou, excuse me, well, he turns it over. I thought a foul was going to be called there.
Wow, that is not looking like the France has that confidence, because grabbing three offensive rebounds in here and still not punish it. What a shame for this French side. I'm sure they have to reset a little bit for that next offensive possession.
Well, Kepažinskas now trying to get things going, acting as a floor general, as he's done so many times here for Lithuania. Well, finds an opening now, makes the penetration, goes to the basket, gets rejected there by Wilson Jacques, and now Pietrou can build this one here. Well, has a bit of a crossover there. Kicking out to Visachet. France just struggling to get good looks here from the court. It's now Diawara, got it by Matulovic. Another turnover, goes out of bounds, and Lithuania just frustrating France here with the defense.
Yeah, we can talk about turnovers all over and all over, right? But because it's such an important statistics for both teams, especially if teams are able to punish them. So let's see if Lithuania can take advantage of that turn ball.
Well, just throws it away now as Wilson Jacques comes up with it. And again, Diawara, he almost turns it over, but he's able to keep it alive. And the foul has been called against Padegimas, but again, the lack of movement off the ball. You can see there when Matulovic picked his dribble up there, nobody really making an effort to kind of help him out. Well, Coach Bardokas taking no chances right now. Well, actually, no, he's keeping Matulovic in the game. He's taking Bieliauskas out of the game now. So now Kasakevičius is coming in. So Danas Kasakevičius is having a defensive duty here to match up with Wilson Jacques. And also, FIBA U17 is into the game here for France, and he's been one of the key players in this tournament. As Matulovic secures the rebound now. Lithuania now just leading by 3 points here. Under halfway gone so far here in the first quarter. Remember, this is the bronze medal game. Lithuania losing to the United States. France losing to Spain. Kapašinskas goes in with a beautiful finger on. I think we've got a mini John Stockton there in a Lithuanian jersey.
Yeah, that was a great hatch pick and roll defense, but there was no one on a split line from that French side to cover this penetration.
Well, trying to pick and roll there, finds Wilson Jacques. Jacques goes up, and it gets rejected. Kasakevičius with a block, and Padegimas turns it right back over. And France here with another chance here. Kind of, you feel the momentum is going in the favor of Lithuania, but again, making some costly errors here, just allowing France to kind of get back into it. Well, FIBA U17, this is the mid-range shot there off the screen, and Lithuania can kind of slow this one down now. Well, Kapašinskas now trying to go handoff here with Kasakevičius. We'll find Padegimas on the turnaround backdoor play, puts up a little jump hook, doesn't get it. And now France can push this one. Oh, what a pass in transition. That is beautiful. Transition basketball there. The 1-2 between Pietrus and Ilan FIBA U17. Well, Justas Stonkus now being heavily defended very aggressively by Mohamed Diawara. France now just starting to pick up their intensity. The backdoor play there. Dishing off, finding Kasakevičius down the middle. All right, just a wide open look there. And now Pietrus can build this in transition, but he's fouled mid-court by Kapašinskas. And Lithuania again going to another change. France also making another change. So Pichard coming in for Ilan Pietrus. So both coaches trying to mix it up early on now.
Yeah, what I see really positive for French team is that they're really trying to run the floor today. You can see that they're just waiting for any mistake or grabbing a quick rebound and just make the first pass as quick as possible and run the floor. And I think that could work for France against the Lithuania.
Diawara now trying to isolate here against Padegimas. And he is fouled, and that's on Padegimas. I think that's his second personal foul, so I think Bardokas has got a big decision to make. And also checking back into the game for the first time here tonight is Augustas Navickas. So he's going to have the duty of having to defend Ilan FIBA U17. So it will be a baseline ball. While Wilson Jacques, he goes to the bench, takes a breather as Alexandre Rassat comes into the game here for France. France now trying to go down there to Diawara. Down again here against Padegimas. Finding Sard in the basket. Turns around. Two-handed jam with a bit of ease. I mean, he makes that look effortless.
That was a great assist for Pichard. He didn't even took the time to land on the floor and just deliver that ball.
Well, France putting the full court pressure here. Well, great defense there by Pichard, forcing Kapašinskas into a turnover. Therese, I got to tell you, not many players are able to defend full court man-to-man defense against Kapašinskas and force him into a turnover.
Yeah, that's right. And I said this game's going to be about the point guards, because they're going to control the rhythm of the game. They're going to most probably deal with that pressure defense, the defensive pressure on them. And this was, yeah, he's taking a breather right now.
Well, Noyus Kuliasha checking into the point guard duty here, giving Kapašinskas a quick breather there. Facundo Dadier also into the game here for France, as he just misses That attempt, but another, well, Lithuania come up and they got numbers in transition. When they find Stokas, Stokas goes up, doesn't get it, but follow-up. Oh, they missed it again. Well, Novitskas could have tipped that one back in. Well, the transition defense here by these French players just putting Lithuania under a lot of pressure. Well, Bichard now tries to penetrate, kick it out, can't get it. Finds Ilan FIBA U17. He tries a three-pointer, he takes it, he nails it. And he gets the first three-pointer of the game now for France. France now leading this one 11-9 with just under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Remember, this is the bronze medal match. These two teams disappointingly losing in their semifinal matchups against the United States and against Spain. Those two teams will feature in the final here later tonight. Noyes Kuliesha makes a penetration. Kick out, they gotta look at the corner, don't get it. FIBA U17 comes up with a rebound, and now France could just build a bit.
French team definitely stepped up the level of their defense. They're fighting now on the glass as well. They don't give Lithuania anything for free, so if they open, they have to take the shot. But you know what, they just missed 2 easy possessions, and it could be quite costly because not only in terms of the points, but also mentally. So let's see, Lithuania needs some easy baskets.
Well, Davidas Žukauskas checking into the game. One of the few players on this Lithuanian team that doesn't play his club basketball in either Kaunas or Vilnius. He plays in Cholet. Well, good movement here between the French players as Alexander Sarr goes with a spin out, and that is just beautiful basketball. Alexander Sarr just finished it over, and again, the full court pressure from France causing problems. But Badegi must now trying to dish this one up, and then another turnover. And France now with all the momentum, all the confidence, looking to capitalize here. Bichard now on the ball, looking to go pick and roll one more time there with Sarr. And there's the pick and pop now. Find the big man, takes a three-pointer, got it! Well, France are on fire right now. And before Bieliauskas could come back into the game, Coach Bardokas has to go timeout. They have a problem as Les Bleus, France are just running wild here.
Now we've seen a shot of Alexander Sarr, but you know what I like about that French team today? They stepped into the court and really doing what they're good at. They're running the floor, they're sharing the ball. If they can't run the floor, they slow it down and prepare their positions, and that's why the percentage of shooting goes higher as well in this game. France is shooting 50% so far in this game from the field, to only 40 to Lithuanian. And you know, I don't know about you, Just, but I kind of feel like Lithuania is a little bit tired.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, I had the feeling coming into this game, of course, that Lithuania going up against arguably the most talented team at the moment. I think players to play in the United States. Almost like, you know, for them it was coming into this game was what they were expecting. With France, I almost thought that they were going to be emotionally drenched after the disappointing loss, but now you can see they pick themselves up now. They look a little bit more into it. They look a little bit more focused. And this is looking very dangerous now for Lithuania. But again, it's early stages, 142 just to go here in the first quarter. Bieliauskas, probably the one bit of size they may need to get back in this game.
Yeah, we spoke prior to this game about like how France mentally will be ready for this game, and I think, you know, they just took the best out of that yesterday's loss, and they learn out of their mistakes against that Spanish team and really running the floor today, being aggressive defensively.
Kuliesha left wide open and nails a three-pointer. We'll get a big difference when you have Matulovic coming back in the game, just helping the backcourt. And now, Teresa, what kind of defense are we seeing here from the Lithuanians?
Yeah, I think that was a kind of zone defense. Let's see another possession, but you know what's promising? I said that Lithuania tried this changes in defense yesterday against the US, and it was really working. And we knew that France was a little bit struggling with changes of the defense of the Spanish team, so I think that's a great call from Remigijus Bardauskas from Lithuania to actually call for a change defensively.
Well, they saw Alexander Sarr, thought he had the look down low, but they gave the rejection. They go down low here to Noah Penda. Noah Penda gives a fake passes. Yeah. Sarr now with the baseline playing a 24-second violation. Well, maybe the 2-3 zone again causing France the same nightmares.
Yeah, I just observe it, and I think, to be honest, it's not really 2-3 zone, it's a box zone defense, and Bieliauskas was playing man-to-man on Alexander Sarr, so interesting moves from Lithuania.
Well, Kuliesha, the one player, didn't play much against USA yesterday, but there you can see another turnover by Kuliesha. He steals it right back, so well, got it here by Bouchard now. Kuliesha goes all the way, and he kisses that one off the backboard. Well, that could be a potential 2-for-1 play now. If Lithuania can get a steal here against France or a stop and capitalize down the other end, they can tie the game up or possibly take the lead, but France may have something else to say about this. Alexander Saar now looking to attack here against Bieliauskas. Down low to Noah Penda. FIBA left wide open there. Well, Lithuania's only got a few seconds now. They got to get the ball up the court. Well, at the end of the first quarter, it was France who lead this one 18-14 over Lithuania. We'll show you some stats and some highlights, but look at the no-look time there as Ilan FIBA. Well, nobody's guarded him. Maybe the easiest bucket he's going to get here in this tournament. Oh, again, if we take a look at the stats, and we'll just show you momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. Teresa, what do we think so far in terms of the rebounding in this game?
I think both teams are quite focused on what they need to do in this game, take care of the glass, but we've seen Lithuania turn the ball over already 6 times in this game, and France is one of the best teams to punish it. So that's one thing what they will have to improve into that second quarter. You know, it's been interesting because France doesn't have really personal fouls, so there was no need really to stop the Lithuania team, but they weren't really been as much aggressive. They missed easy layups, which didn't help Lithuania for sure, but that kind of gave energy to this French team. And you know what, the changes defensively for Lithuania, I think it works well. So I think Coach Bardauskas definitely needs to be, giving these game plans to challenge that French offense. Because if you're gonna let them play comfortably, France gonna just overplay you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a capacity arena that can go up to 10,000. I'd say right now we are 25% full at the moment, but you can expect near total capacity when we get to the final time. And they're talking about near 8, possibly over 8,000 fans will be here tonight for the final between Spain and the United States. But ladies and gentlemen, make sure you download Courtside 1891. There's the QR code, of course, to follow all the best international basketball events this summer. Of course, we have the FIBA Women's World Cup that will be hosted in Australia. That's coming up, of course, along with the Eurobasket Asia Cup. And of course, the FIBA America. Remember, Courtside 1891. Well, Lithuania now will inbound the ball here. Zhukauskas got it by Ilan FIBA. Kepashinskas now back in the game here again. Got it by Bouchard. Kepashinskas now looking to give this one up now. Finding Novitskas. Takes it, the offensive rebound by Zhukauskas. One of the key things that will give Lithuania a boost is how many second chance points they can get in this game against a very physical French team.
Yes, indeed, they grabbed 24 offensive rebounds yesterday against the US team, which is just an incredible number, playing against a favorite of this championship. So they need to really put their bodies on the glass.
Well, Noah Penda just giving Lithuania a taste of their own medicine. Again, doing a good job there. Also going in for the offensive rebound. Matulovic just gets knocked to the ground like a block of Jenga there by Bouchard again. I don't think he appreciated that one, but Bieliauskas looking for a handoff now. Picks his dribble up. France's defense making the passes very hard, but the French bench there wanting a 5-second violation. Kepashinskas pulls up right at the end of the shot clock, and he got it. Well, Atsi Prashal, Kepashinskas, mano drogas.
I was about to say how good defense Bouchard play on him, but just Kepashinskas too good today.
Well, Kepashinskas there, you can see making a key play there. Bouchard now gets caught in a jump on. It's going to be French ball there.
I think Kapeczynska's now talking to officials. He slipped after that shot, so that means it will be needed a little bit to wipe that floor in there to prevent injuries, obviously, for the players. That's one thing you don't want to bring from the last game of the championship.
Well, safety is key, of course. We want to make sure all the players can perform at their best, but conditions obviously must be key here. Lithuania now trailing by 2 points. Well, Noah Penda now trying to step back, taking a three-pointer. Well, doesn't get it, but the offensive rebound again by Pacon Dadier. And he turns it over. Well, you got to love the fact whenever Noah Penda has the ball in his hands, he's just so aggressive in attacking the basket, just getting to the hole.
You know, both players, Dadier and Penda, were dealing with those injuries, so it's nice to see them back for the French side for this important game for bronze medal.
Well, Matulovic tries to attack the basket, doesn't get it, he turns it over. Now Penda's going to go all the way. Well, great hands there by Kapeczynskis. Franz just getting too casual with the ball in the hands as Lithuania. And now Matulovic here in the corner, passing this one back out. Kapeczynskis wants to go pick and roll now. Picks up his dribble, almost turns it over, but 7 seconds here on the shot clock. Get the movement from Lithuania, maybe just a little bit too static off the ball, as Kapeczynskis will inbound this one now.
Yeah, Kapeczynska's teammates need to offer themselves to him, because it is really tough for point guard to play 40 minutes against full court pressure, and such pressure he's actually feeling right now.
Well, here we go now. A few seconds out for Stukas. Stukas got to get something going. Tries to hesitate, or throws it away as Issa Shea comes up with a loose ball. Franz now can push in transition. Zaki Issa Shea goes in with a beautiful little dream finger roll there. I like to call that the French Iceman move. A 4-point lead here to France. Early stages now, the second quarter. These two teams really battling for that one medal, that one bronze medal to take back. Lithuania have already won the bronze once. France won the silver medal once. We'd like to add another trophy, but an offensive foul is going to be called there against Padegimas. Maybe just a little lack of focus here for the Lithuanians.
And, you know, as his third personal foul, which doesn't look too good for Lithuania, considering we only at the beginning of the second quarter, and we know how important Padegimas is for Lithuania. He's been so far at this championship been leading 10.8 points, 6.7 rebounds, and playing 26 minutes per game. So really, that is low.
Well, three-pointers up by FIBA U, and he hits his second three-pointer of the night. We have a timeout now as Coach Bardokas wants to talk it over with his play. Now, that was actually a two-pointer as FIBA U had his foot on the line, so it's a 6-point lead now here to France. I love the way the ball went inside to Wilson Jacques. And again, Jacques really has been struggling inside, but that time just kicking it out and identifying that FIBA U was in a good position.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm very impressed from French defense today. I think they are very focused. They play compact as a team, but also individual defense, you know, because we always say the basic is you have to play individual defense in basketball, and I think that's what they're doing very well. We've seen the Lithuanian offensive possession, Kapeczynskis trying to call players to stretch the floor because he had Diawara on him, and he tried to play him one-on-one, but great defense from Diawara, not let Kapeczynskis again to penetrate and possibly open up the teammates to score himself.
Well, there are some of the key highlights so far from this game. There you can see Kapeczynskis. I don't know about you, but Kapeczynskis to me is like a very similar Lithuanian John Stockton, the way he plays that point guard role. Again, shows no fear to whoever's guarding him. Really, really competes. And again, you gotta love when he just attacks the basket. Well, there is the QR code again, ladies and gentlemen, as we mentioned, courtside 1891. If you want to follow one of the best international basketball all over the world, that's not just international in terms of the countries, international leagues, domestic leagues, courtside 1891.
See a full court pressing here from right side, straight away steal and on the break.
What's another turnover, and again, Lithuania looking very vulnerable here with the full court press, as you mentioned, against France. Kapeczynskis now bringing the ball up. Padegimas looking to attack the basket, goes in. Way off the mark now, hits nothing. Well, the spin in transition, a beautiful spin out. Well, do they have the end product now? They find FIBA U. FIBA U goes all the way to the basket, hangs in the air, just kisses that one off the backboard. All of a sudden, a 2-point ball game now turns into a double-digit lead here for the French.
Yeah, he's just so athletic, isn't it? He's causing many defenses, just issues in every game. He's on 12 points per game himself and 6.2 rebounds.
Well, great defense again by Wilson Jacques. Was just putting his hand in the cookie jar. As Justas Stonkus almost coming up with an interception, but at the moment, Lithuania really need some inspiration right now. Somebody just to step up and just to really lead them at the moment. Because at the moment, all you see is turnover after turnover.
Here we see that great entrance from Stonkus into this game, right? Scoring quick 5 points. But no one really else stepped up offensively. And, you know, basketball you can't win the game if you're not going to score even 50 points. And that's 18 on Lithuania's side so far. So let's hope there's some other players, except for, you know, the one whoever's going to be open is going to score.
Well, that's a key player, as we just mentioned there. Kepajinskas, when playing defense, putting a heavy Donar on, putting his hand in. A defensive play, but right there, another turnover. It's Padegimas. You know, at the moment, just doesn't seem mentally in it at the moment, does he?
Yeah, absolutely. And he knows, because he knows he's on 3 personal fouls. And you know, that gets you a little bit out of rhythm, not only offensively, but defensively. And I think it's good that he went to the bench to take a breather, because the other players could play a little bit tougher defense now for that well-played French team.
Well, Lamar now fighting around the screen, now kicking this one out to Malwaya. Malwaya going in and getting rejected. Well, great defensive play there. The question is, can Lithuania build this? Malwaya. Kepajinskas now coming off one screen. Find the big man under the basket, goes over the jumper. That's much better. A simple pick and roll play there between Kepajinskas and Kochinas. Well, just over halfway to go now. So Shea finding Wilson Jacques under the basket. There's a double team to kick out Diawara. He tries a 3-pointer, doesn't get it. Well, they're going to call a push in the back against Wilson Jacques, I believe. So an offensive foul.
Yep. If you're going to box out the player very well, that could happen. We can't see that foul now from that replay, but yeah, you're right. Jacques has been the guilty one.
Well, this is what's caused problems here for Lithuania. It's this full court pressure, but at times and there you see right there, they've just been unable to deal with. It's just turnover after turnover. Well, Jacques now looking to back down as he kicks this one out. A foul is going to be called against Shukolskas. You can see just a bit of arguing going on there between Kepajinskas and Matulovic. I think Kepajinskas is saying to him, hey, look, I'm the point guard. Just give me the ball, please.
You know, I'm not surprised. Me being Kepajinskas, I would be a little bit angry as well on the court, because really he has the toughest job against this French team today, to bring the ball, to organize the play, to control the rhythm, you know, and he really needs the help of his teammates. And as a point guard, if you don't get it, you just have to let them know.
Well, Kepajinskas basically said to Matulovic, hey, I'm John Starks. If you were Karl Malone, but now you're Greg Ostertag, so just get out of here, please. Well, Lithuania now with another chance. They're trailing by 8 points. Just looking for options there. Shukolskas has coaching us. 1-6 in the shot clock now. Kepajinskas tries to go over it. Gets blocked and it goes out of bounds. Now there's 6/10 seconds left here now.
Another incredibly tough defensive possession from this French team.
He's got to shoot it. Gets a shot off. Hits the top of the backboard. 24-second violation now.
You know, we spoke before this game how important the defense is, and French defense has forced Lithuania to 13 turnovers already in this game. And, you know, plus Kepajinskas going to take some breather, because he has a hell of a difficult job today against this French team. And what I like about that French team today is that they simply focusing on their strengths. They are very compact. They don't let any, you know, game going into their heads. They're just focusing to what they want to play. Top defense, running the break, organize if you can't run the break. So really impressed from France today.
Well, one of the key players I've been very impressed with France, of course, is Mohamed Diawara. I mean, his skill set and his game, it's very dynamic because once he gets to the pro level, there's so many positions he can play. But there's another steal here. Lithuania just trying to build some momentum now, trailing by 8 points. Stukas now, coaching us. He'll try a three-pointer. The three is no good. Come up with another loose ball. Stukas, he'll try that three. He'll take it. He'll nail it. And again, just a bit of confidence. Lithuania need. France are going to call timeout. Well, as I was saying there about Mohamed Diawara, I mean, we're talking about a player that can play on the perimeter, play inside. I mean, he's going to be a great professional one day. Whether he decides to stay in France, whether he goes abroad, I just think he has a skill set to play so many different positions. Yes,
indeed. And I don't think he's really showing his true potential in here at this tournament because there's so much talent within the French roster that, you know, if you're the key player completely and the only one who the team relies on, then obviously you have to play even more than, like, if you play good as a team, you don't really show absolute true potential. And I think I can only agree with what you say. He's so athletic. His body constitution really predicts him to be an absolutely great wing, and that gives him really good advantage. That size he is at from that position to be danger to future defenses.
Well, again, I mean, you look at this French national team, there's just so many great players. Comme Dadier, the likes of Ilan Fibleul, not to mention Ilan Pietrou. These are going to be players that in the future, you're going to see them playing for some of the big names, of course, in France and maybe in the NBA, maybe all over Europe. I mean, how lucky are we right now to see the development of these young players?
I think we're going to hear about these players in the future, and I think all senior national team coaches, people from the federations are really closely watching because this is a future talent for your country just growing in front of your eyes.
Well, Ilan Pietrou now on the ball, of course, being the son of the great Florent Pietrou, who played in this arena for Unica. So no doubt he's probably been watching his father from the stands and now getting to represent Les Bleus here for bronze medals. Zachary Rissachet goes out of bounds, but will be French. Well, of course, Rissachet being the son of the Olympic silver medalist who won the silver medal for France in the 2000 Olympics in Sydney. So again, it just goes to show the history and the heritage that some of these players have.
Yes, indeed. So far, he's averaging 10.3 points, 4.7 before this game at this tournament. So another key player for French team.
Pichard now puts up a little prayer, doesn't get it. No, Penda got the cool goaltending on that one, but again, great job there by France, of course. Shot went up, and I've been very impressed with Noah Penda because another player who has a versatile game, of course, playing a variety of roles, but you know, really enjoying that small forward role here for Les Bleus. As at the moment, Lithuania trailing by 7 points. Stukas trying to go all the way to the basket. Well, gets rejected. Well, Alexandre Sarr. We are living in an Alexandre Sarr world as we saw on Next Gen Hoops. Again, with no regard. Well, that reminds me, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow Next Gen Hoops. As Stukas there tries to follow up. And again, Alexandre Sarr. Well, who else is living in this world? Well, now Ilan Pietrou can build this one. France leading by 7 points.
Again, we see that zone defense from Lithuania trying to slow down the French offense.
A good ball. Oh, another turnover now. It's Lithuania with another chance here in transition. Stukas goes behind the back. Beautiful move. Oh, baby! Did you see that? Aci Brachal. Well, Mano Vardas, Ida, Justus, Stukas. I cannot believe what I just saw. The wraparound. Not even got the home crowd in this one. Well, 5-point ball game now. Just over a minute and a half to go in this game. France there just punished Lithuania from the perimeter. Again, that's something we haven't given France enough credit for. I mean, they've shot the ball very well in this game from downtown.
Yeah, and credit to Penda. You know, we spoke, he was dealing with the injury as well, but he's a player who brings the energy on the court for the French team, and, you know, he's not making too many mistakes considering how young he is.
It goes out of bounds, and that will be Lithuania ball with 1:08 to go here. Lithuania trailing by 8 points, of course. I think he just stepped on the line there, of course, but well, Bieliauskas now back in the game here for Lithuania as Petru comes over to steal. Well, the French coach is wanting a foul there.
And again, great defensive recovery from Lithuania, you know, and again, France has to play against a set defense.
Well, looking to throw the ball down low to Sa. Sa goes baseline. They're going to call a foul here against Bieliauskas. Bieliauskas just puts his hands up at the referees and say, "Are you serious?"
You know, if you hold player's jersey, you make it easy for the officials to call it. You couldn't see it from this replay, but from the angle where we're sitting, it was quite obvious.
Well, Petru just left wide open, takes a three-point, doesn't get it. Well, same story again. France is doing a phenomenal job here on the offensive rebounds. Just punishing Lithuania onto their own basket. Shana goes behind the back pass in the corner. Penda, three, doesn't get it. Well, that would have been a next-gen hoops moment. Well, exactly 6 seconds difference here between game clock and shot clock. So Kuliesh is going to try and dribble this one down here. There's much little time. It looks like a double screen is going to come here from Bieliauskas, but he uses neither now. So full communication now. Having the shot clock now. Kuliesh has got to get something going. Well, FIBA U now, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? Go down time! Oh, goodness gracious. Ilan FIBA U, Monsieur, merci beaucoup. Right at the end of the first half. And France have a 10-point lead off the turnover. I mean, look at this. Well, je m'appelle Ilan FIBA U. That is just a beautiful dunk.
It's so important to score two in the locker rooms, you know. It just doesn't help mentally for oppositions to go take the break before the next half's gonna start. So great play, and it was 13 points of Elaine FIBA U. He's just so athletic, and again, he's just ticking, you know, and then he shows his true potential.
Well, again, if we look at the turnovers, I mean, one of the key, if we look at the stats, of course, but one of the key stats this game has been the turnovers. I mean, this is the one thing that's just really hurting Lithuania at the moment.
Yes, Lithuania, they have 16 turnovers. That's like, imagine they double that in the second half. That's just a number they simply can't think of winning the game. So, and especially if you play against the France, who is one of the best punishers of turnovers at this tournament. So I'm sure Coach Bardauskas is going to talk about it. They definitely need to take care of the ball. And, you know, France is sharing the ball well. 11 assists in the first half. That's pretty impressive as well. This French team, to me, they really comfortable today. They do just stick to their own performance, no matter what's happening around in the arena or that it's a bronze medal game. They know if they focus on their strengths and on their performance, which is good defense, running the floor and take care of the ball and glass, they could possibly think to get that bronze medal.
Of course, you know, 14 steals you mentioned there from the French defense, of course, just putting their hands in the passing lanes, making the passes impossible here for Lithuania. Well, again, it's going to be very interesting. Of course, France leading by 10 points, possibly 2 quarters away from taking that bronze medal. But no doubt Coach Bardauskas will be speaking with his young players and saying what they need to change. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in over 13 minutes for the second half of the bronze medal match here at the FIBA U17 Men's Basketball World Cup. It is France leading 35-25 against Lithuania.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
There's the alley-oop. Oh, baby! Dennis Evans, this is your moment. And just listen to the reaction from this crowd. Getting around, turning it over. Spader with option transition. He's all the way and dumps that one. Wow! Spader coming from a crab jam time. And all of a sudden, just light the atmosphere up in here. Well, 3 seconds. Langarita, no man's land. Oh, baby! Big time three-pointer. And just listen to this crowd.
Again, in that zone defense, and you know, it's such a big task because in the zone you have to really box out any closest player, and I think France has got some offensive rebounds, which just brings them these another opportunities to score.
Well, what a dime there by Noah Panda, just dishing it off to Rixache, who went baseline. Martinez now coming off the screen from Marat. He's going to get a switch. Under the basket. Wow. What a day. And that Marat just too big and strong. There's the alley. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Cohen, he just went to a whole new level there with the alley-oop. Bashar takes his third three-pointer, doesn't get it. And Conrad Martinez in transition. Follow-up, wow, muchos gracias. Well, that is how you do it, Gonzalez style. Giga's going all the way, and again, Cooper flag with a rejection. Well, what do we have in transition? Again, we have an easy little dunk there. Kapuscinska's now here. Trying to make a penetration, he turns it over. Well, goes behind the back there. Well, we got numbers. There's the alley. Oh, baby! Bit of USA transition. Well, Carter Knox, no doubt you're going to see that on the Next Generation Hoops Twitter page. Well, he is the next generation. I'll say it one more time. Margarita now coming up one screen again. Goodness gracious! Langarita with a two-handed jam. All of a sudden, France have to pull timeout because Langarita is looking, and look at the dunk here. He wants to have a little fiesta. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the second half here of the bronze medal match between France and Lithuania at the FIBA U17 Men's Basketball World Cup. Well, currently, as we speak, we are right here in the beautiful city. Well, here are the interviews from the coaches.
Control the tempo of the game and ensure you get the win.
The most important is the control the tempo. First of all, defense.
Just now, we'll bring the ball up here for France, guarded heavily by Ilan Pietrou. Lithuania now just trying to get into some set here, just build some identity in this half, something they were lacking in the first half. Stukas now finds Bieliauskas in a quick roll there. That's one way to start the second half in a better manner.
Yeah, that's definitely positive for Lithuania that Bieliauskas got those first 2 points in the game, because Lithuania really needs him.
Well, what is going on? I don't know if you saw that, but Pategimas just left him a little wide open. We'll find the big man in transition. Bieliauskas again. Oh, just enjoying himself with a little buffet there under the basket.
Yeah, we see that pressing on the court when they're going to double to the side as soon as they cross the half line and go back to zone, if I'm correct.
It does look like a very high 3-2 zone almost, but this looks like you've got someone following the runners on the baseline as he's on the side now. Under the basket, but a 24-second violation. I just found it very interesting on the previous play. Pategimas is at the back of the zone and just decided, you know what, I'm gonna go to the middle. Left fib low, wide open.
Yeah, that's right. It could be the effect of Pategimas' 3 personal fouls, you know, but you never leave the player in a corner with the ball open, because they can obviously shoot the ball. And FIBA has been excellent so far in this game with 13 points.
Well, Kapuscinskis now going down the middle. Well, there's the kick out. Again, it's the right idea, but sloppy pass there. Should Kapuscinskis go up for the little floater?
It's hard to say when you have Alexander Saar under the rim, who can pretty much cover the whole paint space. It's very hard to say. You know, the player in the corner, Stunkers, was wide open in there, so why not?
Well, Penda there flashing to the middle, just too easy. And again, that's just, I mean, that stage there, somebody's got to bump Noah Penda as he goes right to the middle. I mean, it can't be any easier than that for France.
You know, a very smart play from France, because Pategimas on 3 personal fouls, he doesn't want to play defense, because obviously he doesn't want to risk the 4th personal foul. So great play from French offense to go and really attack him personally.
Well, Matulovic being heavily guarded. I mean, Noah Penda giving him no time or space to breathe. But, you know, drawing the foul against Penda. Well, first team foul here for France here in the third quarter. They are leading by 8 points now, 29-37. Stukas trying trying to get the ball to Beliauskas, but catches it in the corner. Beliauskas throws it away. But France now here with numbers in transition. The FIBA there, there's the alley. Goodness gracious! Bon nuit, as they would say in Paris. Good night. And we are living in an Alexander Sarr world. One more time. I need to see the replay of that one. But you gotta love the way FIBA just took that in transition. I mean, it couldn't be any more. I mean, let's take a look. FIBA throws it up, and Alexander Sarr says, "Incroyable." That is excellence. Well, Lithuania now back down again here. By 10 points, and you know, you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the ball to Beliauskas. Again, it's just not working for them at the moment, is it?
No, when you force a pass, it's never really anything good is gonna come out of it. You know, you just, if it's there, you're gonna see it. If you're gonna force it, you're gonna turn the ball over. So, and we know Lithuania is really dealing with 18 turnovers so far, so they really need to take care. I know they don't get any breather from French defense, but you know what? You have to play smart. It's just basketball. If you're gonna turn the ball over, you're gonna lose the game. So that's one thing what Lithuania offense really have to do. Just rather eat the ball than throw it into the French hands.
Well, Matulovic here at the free throw line. Again, something Lithuania probably needs to do a better job of, just trying to get to the charity stripe to get themselves back in this one. As the man from the capital city of Vilnius makes the second free throw. Well, 9-point deficit now here. France just dealing with this full court pressure from the Lithuanians. Bishar now looking to throw this one down, hit the Sarr. Sarr getting caught a double team. Kicks out to FIBA. He's hit 2 threes. Make that a third one, as Ilan FIBA really has come ready to play this evening.
Yeah, he's feeling it today. 16 points. He's himself scored 5 out of 8 for 2 and 2 and 1 from threes.
Well, aggressive defense there by Bishar now. Putting Stokas under pressure. Stokas down the middle. Puts his arm out. Gets away maybe with a potential offensive foul, but he tucks that one away.
Yeah, that worked this time for him. He created that separation from his defender. League away, let's say, that moment. So great play from Stokas.
Well, Pietru now giving out to Rashad. They want to go again to Alexander Sarr. Sarr turning around now, taking the fadeaway, and that is just a tough shot. I mean, how do you defend that?
You know, you're going to start to defend before Sarr's going to get the ball, because we see Stokas being dropped behind Alexander Sarr, and you know what, that's too easy for the French offense to deliver the pass to him, so you've got to be at least on the line.
Well, Kapuscinska's too casual with the ball in his hands, turns it over. The foul has been committed in the full court. Well, France right now playing with all the confidence, all the swag, up and down, making perimeter shots. Lithuania, again, struggling here. Really need to be more collective. Need to just kind of realize here that this is their last half here in the FIBA U17 Men's Basketball World Cup. Well, France now making a change as both Lamar. Well, they have upgraded it here to an unsportsmanlike foul. So it's going to be 2 free throw shots here for Ilan Pietru. And France will get the ball back as they currently lead here by 12 points.
Yeah, that was, I would say, a little frustration from Beliauskas, because we've not seen him being too much in the game. It was those 2 quick points at the beginning now on the third, but that's all pretty much he showed up today. And we mentioned he should be one of the key players in this bronze medal game. So I think that unsportsmanlike foul came out of that frustration, because really he's not feeling it today. He's not really in the game.
Well, Pietru now making the 1 out of 2 for the free throw line, giving France a 13-point lead. As we mentioned, just over 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Lamar now, good ball movement here from France. Trying to break down the Lithuanian zone. Well, Pietru now taking the 3-pointer from no man's land. Another offensive rebound here for Les Bleus. As Pietru drives to the basket, just goes in with a sweet little finger roll. The Lithuanians now just find themselves very helpless here on defense. One to 10 of the shot clock now. Kapuscinska's looking to give this one up. Kasakevich's, he'll try a 3-pointer, and he'll nail it from downtown. And maybe the bit of confidence the Lithuanians needed here, just to start hitting some shots here, just to kind of make the defense work a little bit harder. 12-point deficit, as we mentioned, just under 5.5 now here. This is the third quarter of the bronze medal game. As Alexander Sa turns it over. Now the Lithuanian bench reacting there. They felt that Alexander Sa maybe overreacted there when he turned the ball over, and probably expecting a technical foul there to be called. Let's look at the replay here. Right there, swipes at the basketball.
Yeah, the players need to keep composure, especially if you're up by 12 points in a bronze medal game. And, you know, nothing has decided yet. It's just third quarter, so you got to be composed. You're going to keep the emotions in place. And really, because you could mess it up for the teammates. So, and France is playing really good defense so far, so let's carry on.
Padegimas now has had a really quiet game in this evening. Kapuscinskis looking to go pick and roll here. Steps back, takes a mid-range, tucks it away, cutting it down to a 10-point ball game. They've got to love the battle right now between Ilan Pietru and Kapuscinskis, both talking a bit of trash with each other. And this is what you like to see. This is competition.
Yes, twin guards, I already mentioned how important it's going to be their game. And we could see how important Kapuscinskis is for the Lithuanian team.
Well, Lamar there, you see pulling up for the mid-range, doesn't get it. Now Lithuania with a chance here to cut it down to single digits. Finding Matulovic. Kasakiewicz is now trying to call for the ball in the low post.
Again, I can see they're trying to force the ball in there to the low block, and it's not going to be there.
Well, Kapuscinskis goes to the mid-range, doesn't get it. Now France with a chance here to transition. Diarra goes in, draws the foul against Kapuscinskis. And, you know, Teresa, I just felt that Kapuscinskis maybe could have taken the charge there.
Yeah, it's hard when you look at the body constitution of Kapuscinskis and Diawara. I'm not sure if the Lithuanian Pungar has been brave enough to stay there, but yeah, you're right. This was his second personal foul, so sends Diawara on the line. You know, both teams shooting 50% from the line, so maybe, you know they are not that successful from the line, so that could be the risk Kapuscinskis has taken.
Well, of course, this is all a learning curve for these young players. As we mentioned, the experience they play in front of these crowds, and of course, the tempo that they'll have to adjust to when they make that transition from youth basketball to professional. I think Padegimas
should have an assist.
I think he's going to go down. Well, he's not going to go down for the assist, but I don't think he's going to make a better dime in this game. Well, France again, here with a double-digit lead, leading by 12 points. As Kapuscinskis goes all the way to the basket. But the foul was called on the ground, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. So it will be a baseline ball here to Lithuania.
Look at that, you know, such a credit to Kapuscinskis, because his job today is one-man show pretty much. If Stonkus is on the bench, I don't think there's other Lithuanian player who could be possibly offensive threat to the French defense.
Well, I think the Lithuanian players react very quickly there, and even the bench, everybody standing up and signaling, and I think the officials are gonna talk this one over. It's gonna be a regular foul, but 2 shots now because France have put Lithuania in the penalty. So Danas Kasakiewicz will go to the free throw line here for 2 shots now. Kuliesha is coming into the game to give Kapuscinskis a little breather. Kapuscinskis is giving it to the crowd. Because, you know, he's been getting it and giving it the same to the French players. I mean, this is competition right now. And again, they give him a round of applause. He puts his hands up. This is what you love. You love to see this. A little bit of fire, a little bit of swag in the game.
Yeah, and we forget that basketball is a game, isn't it? And you still have to enjoy it. You have to entertain. You have to really have fun. And, you know, knowing how tough this game is for him, and he's still able to actually entertain with the crowd, that's incredible.
And again, you know, key thing, of course, 10 years from now, these players, they might play each other in a Eurobasket. They might play each other in a FIBA World Cup or in the Basketball Champions League or any domestic league. You know, build these moments right now, compete with each other, but keep it all on the basketball court, of course. Diarra now going in for the tip in. Wilson Jacques with the offensive rebound. Can't follow. Another offensive rebound here for France. Willemar now coming off one screen. Looking out to FIBA U. We got 5 seconds here on the shot clock. Will step back, takes a three-pointer, hits the front iron, doesn't get it. And Lithuania with just over 3 minutes now, trailing by 10 points. Same deficit as the end of the first half. Kuliesha with the ball in his hands. Looking for options. Finding Kesikevich just cutting down to the basket, going in with a sweet little finger roll off the backboard. On Novitskas.
It was a great cut from weak side into that open space when the defenders are really watching the ball.
Well, Wilson Jack under the basket. Again, another silly foul there. And again, it's almost too easy for France to just cut into the middle and seal off that post position.
Yeah, if you want to guard that, you have to be in a passing lane at least 3/4 because, you know, this is way too easy. If Jacques is right under the rim, you know, how do you want to guard it? As soon as he receives the ball, you already lost the position and you already lost that battle. So, really, defensive players of Lithuania need to adjust and be at least in that passing lane.
Well, Bielyauskas coming back into the game here for Matulovic. So it's a bigger lineup, of course. So they've almost got 2 centers in the game here with Padeginos playing the small forward. But Teresa, you know, is this lineup here with 2 bigs in the game going to work for Lithuania?
Yeah, I think, you know, I think coach might put Kepezhenska soon back as well, even though Kuliesha having a little bit better game today. But, you know, if you have such strong bigs now on the court, you need a point guard to deliver them the ball, you know, to create for them as well.
Well, Kuliesha now bring the ball up here for Lithuania. Lithuania now just playing with a lot of heart and energy. Remember, fatigue settling in. Kuliesha, again, another turnover. It's now Paco Dadier in transition here for Les Bleus. Finally, Lamar now goes in, and an easy little layup there. A beautiful transition there by the Frenchman, Bielyauskas. Again, that's not a good sign there for Lithuania. Looks like he's popped something in his ankle.
Looks like he's going to be okay. He's walking it off, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to be back. Great transition from France, though. Great recognition of overloading in the transition offense. So easy 2 points for France.
Lithuania now with 2 stars off the floor, and both Kepezhenska is taking a breather. Of course, Bielyauskas there, probably one of their more dominant big players. They're just looking for something to happen here on offense. Finding Padeginos, he'll try a 3-pointer, doesn't get it. Novitskas fighting for an offensive rebound. 10 on the shot clock now. 11-point lead here for France. Novitskas steps back, takes it, doesn't get it. Oh, Penda just too strong there on the box out. Now Isashe now. And Dadier goes in, gets rejected. Oh, Novitskas. Dadier goes to the ground there. Hopefully he's okay, of course, but
I think, as we can see, it was a 3 Lithuanian, almost 4 players on Dadier. I think in that situation, it would have been better just to see it and recognize it, because someone has to be open on the perimeter for the shot.
We'll find it, Isashe now. Let's see, with the ball in the hands of Lamar. They tend to go here on the shot clock. Lamar coming off one pick with no Penda. Dadier now pulls up in the mid-range, takes a shot, doesn't get it. Shapolskas with a rebound. Lithuania, as we mentioned, trailing by 11 points. Over a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. This is the bronze medal game. Shapolskas now coming off 2 screens here, having to give this one up. Finding ways here, trying to break down this very intense French man-to-man defense. Kuliesha now driving in, spinning around, dishing off. Kachonis, well, 4/10 of a second left. Now, the last player, remember, scoring with 4/10 of a second left was Derek Fisher with the game winner against the San Antonio Spurs in 2004 in the NBA playoffs. But now, Stuknis, not your regular player for Lithuania, just checking in here. And like Derek Fisher, Stuknis is also left-handed, so maybe we could have a deja vu moment. 55 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter, 4/10. Stuknis is going to inbound this one now here for Lithuania. Will he get it in? 3 is up in the corner, in and out, doesn't get it. And now France looking to push in transition. And Noah Penda now finding Paco Dadier. Well, France, no need to rush this now. Play their tempo, slow this one down. France could go 2 for 1 here. Sachet behind the back goes in, and he gets the and one. Well, Zachary Sachet. Well, that is just unbelievable. Well, Enchanté just going to work there. Ça va, mon ami. That is a beautiful move. Just going in with a sweet little hanging around finger roll there.
It was a great move to attack that middle of the paint against the zone defense, where it's pretty much the most dangerous place. You can see now how Kapazenskas is missing, because these players of Lithuania are really missing the open opportunities.
Oh, Sachet now transition, a little Euro step. Lays that one up, and again, as you mentioned, key thing there, as you said, Teresa, the absence of Kapazenskas leaves him very vulnerable. Well, Vincent's got to get a shot up now here. 3 seconds in the corner. They've got to shoot, he's got to be aware there. Again, looking for a handoff, but unaware what was left on the clock. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, the end of the 3rd quarter, France in total control this one, leading by 15 points, 56-41 over Lithuania. Well, we'll take a look at some of the stats and key highlights here from the 3rd quarter. But again, Teresa, what does Lithuania need to do to get back in this one?
You know, we're going to repeat ourselves, but Lithuania on 21 turnovers, you know, it's just incredible number. They need to definitely stop that increasing in the 4th quarter. Also, as well, they need to get some stops, you know, and fight for every possession on the glass, because you see if defensive players of France get quick rebound, they just run in the floor. And, you know, if you have an open court, you got to stop it. In that zone defense for Lithuania, I think they need to know where is the most dangerous place, because in the zone defense, you're kind of fishing, you're playing the space, so you know the players wants to attack the middle of the paint. That's where the biggest danger is. So you gotta focus on it, because we've seen a couple of French players like Rissager to attack that space, and you know it gives you so many options out there. So both guards from France excellent so far in this game. Rissager 10 points, you know, Pablo 16, and Alexander Sarr great posting up in there, 11 himself, you know, and really we know that the success comes from defense, and I think what Lithuania needs to do is really improve defensively.
Well, key points made there, of course. It looks like Kapazenskas, Padegimas. Shikouskas thought he was back on the court, of course, and Bartelkas said, hey, I subbed you out. Get back on the bench, please. Well, Lamar now in the backcourt here, along with Zachary Sachet, back on Dadier. France now using the ball effectively against this Lithuanian zone defense. And they're going in, but turns it over. Stukas now here with an opportunity transition behind the back. One more time. Whoa, almost just as beautiful as the first half play, but couldn't finish it.
France good recognizing the numbers again, not really creating any possible turnovers.
Well, Lamar now pulling up from the mid-range, taking the shot, doesn't get it. Kochinas, just doing his job, taking care of the rebounds. Lithuania now trailing here. Put the ball in hands of Kapazenskas. Kapazenskas now pick and pop here with Kasakevičius. Kasakevičius looking to go around, takes a little jump hook and beautifully tucked away there by the big man.
He's playing impressively himself, already 8 points in this game, you know, and he hasn't really been mentioned as a key player. I think he's replacing Bielauskas really well on the court for Lithuania.
Alexander saw there, trying the mid-range, but unable to come up with his Padegimas, excuse me. Finds an opening, tries to attack the basket, kicks out. Lithuania try another mid-range, they can't capitalize. Sachet now. To get his going in transition here, but once again, trying to patiently build up here, getting a good shot here against his defense. Good ball movement here from Le Bleu. Dadier goes baseline, there's a reverse slam, doesn't get it, but there's a foul now, and Dadier, the man from INSEP Academy, We'll go to the free throw line here for 2 shots.
I think France is really controlling the rhythm of their game at the moment. You know, they're not going into too high risk with any passes, even though it's hard to play against the zone defense, against set zone defense every single possession offensively. But I think they know and they are aware how important every ball is in this game, and they'd rather play into that zone defense than just turn the ball over and give Lithuania another chances to decrease that margin on the score.
Danier makes the second free throw, putting Les Bleus back up by 14 points. Well, Bieliauskas, who we thought went down with a rolled ankle, it does look like he is slightly favoring that one. Leg comes back into the game here for Lithuania. Stonkus now pulls up for a 3-pointer, takes it, doesn't get it. The fight there. As Bieliauskas trying to go in, but it comes off of French defender, so it will be a baseline ball. Again, that starts with Padegimas there, just running in for the second chance, but just giving Lithuania another chance. 14 seconds on the shot clock here. Finding Stonkus. Stonkus now with a pump fake. Padegimas now 6 on the shot clock. Crosses over, forces Wayne, little teardrop, and a smooth move there by Padegimas.
This move just proves how important and good player Padegimas is, you know, but he hasn't really been in the game as much due to those personal fouls.
Well, Pender under the basket, turns it over, no foul called. Lithuania trailing by 12. Finding Padegimas, pump fake. Again, no foul called. Goes out of bounds, but it will be Lithuania ball. Padegimas again throwing his arms in the air. He wanted to go to the free throw line. I mean, he's had a very tough evening this night, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. It's not easy to play when, you know, committing these early 3 personal fouls completely puts you out of rhythm as a player, because you come in, you want to shine. This is a bronze medal game, and you've been stopped by being called those personal fouls, which obviously we have officials here who's doing an incredibly good job. Let's say we don't even know about him, so that's nothing where it would be any problem. It's just, you know, as a player, you want to have the smoothness in the game as well, and he hasn't really had it today. You know, only 2 points for him, and he's been one of the best shooters of Lithuania so far.
Well, great defense there by the French defenders. Again, same story, making it very hard for Lithuania to make passes. Noah Pender goes baseline, bit of contact, and there the foul was called. And Noah Pender will go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. France leading by 12 points. 7 minutes away. As we mentioned, 7 minutes away for a bronze medal. But can Lithuania come back? Because they're going to call timeout now. As Coach Bardelkas is going to try and rally his troops for the last 7 minutes.
Yeah, once we look at the timeouts, let me remind you, France have 18 assists so far. They have 25 rebounds and 18 steals in this game. You know, what a great discipline team performance from this French team. They have scored 20 points out of those turnovers, 11 fast break points. And you know what? The bench of France has scored 39 points compared to only 18 of the Lithuania. And we spoke about it before the game, that depth in the bench gives coaches quite good comfort to rotate the players, save the minutes, keep the tempo high. And I think that's what Coach Bernard Four is doing in this game. He's really rotating his players so the defensive pressure doesn't drop. And that's what's causing this Lithuania big troubles in today's game. And you know what? If you have as many turnovers and being down only by 2 points, that's pretty impressive, because Lithuania does a great job on the glass so far, and I think that's what's keeping them in the game. So we still have 7 minutes left, and I think Lithuania really has to take care of the ball, have a Kapažinskas on the court, because he is opening up his teammates as well. He's causing problems to the French defense, and if Lithuania wants to close that margin, definitely they need to not commit, they can't make any more turnovers, and they have to play really disciplined and try to find the open shots and make some open shots.
Well, Pender makes the first free throw, and he can put it back up by 14 and put a bit of daylight, of course. thing France obviously don't want to do, of course, is just allow Lithuania to have any confidence or spirit of another comeback. But again, you gotta love the pressure, but Stunkus comes up with it. The foul has been called against Pichard, and that's only the first team foul here of the fourth quarter for France.
I think the table wasn't really sure who was the person fouling, so back on the game.
Well, Bieliauskas now with the ball in his hands, looking for a handoff, finding Stunkus. Stunkus going down the middle, getting contact. Wow! Stunkus sent that high flying over the backboard. He's gone to the ground now, and hopefully he's okay. Let's have a look at the replay here.
That was that elbow in that second step of the layup. You know, that's such a moment that, you know, there has been obviously foul, but this time the officials didn't see that one, so that was hard to take for Stunkus.
Well, he's going to continue playing, of course, and again, you like to see that, the tenacity. As FIBA U checks back into the game here for Les Bleus. And France leading now by 13 points. They have the ball in their hands. 6.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Matulovic also checking back in. 2 seconds. Pichard, he'll take the three. Doesn't get it. But then give us with a rebound. Kaczynskis now here. Has a switch on defense. He's been guided by Alexander Sarr, but Kaczynskis looking out to Stunkus. 5 on the shot clock. Stunkus for 3. Takes it, doesn't get it. Goes out of bounds.
Another great defensive possession from French team in here. You know, even though there's been mismatch created, there was no any passing line to deliver the ball. So great defense for France.
Pichard now looking to go pick and roll here with Penda. This is the kick out, finding FIBA U. Close entry. Good ball in here from France. A 3-point from Issa Shea. Again, just how easy is it for Noah Penda just to go into the paint and just greet himself for a second chance point?
You know, he's using his advantage in his size so well on the court. You can see he's always at the right time and the right spot, and he's using the strength he has to create a space.
Padegimas left wide open. He'll take the 3-pointer, and again can't get it. And at the moment, Lithuania mentally look exhausted. As now Issa Shea here in transition. Tries to go up the backboard, can't get it. But a blocking foul's called. Well, Teresa, I said in the third quarter, Kaczynskis should take a charge. And bless him, he tries to take the charge. Gets called for a block.
Yeah, obviously, Ricochet is a different player than Diawara, right? So I think Kaczynskis felt a little bit more braver, let's say, to stay there. But you got to be completely still, out of charging circle. And this time it didn't work for Kaczynskis to draw the offensive foul.
Well, this is interesting. Stunkus is coming off, and he's their natural shooting guard. So now you've got Kuliesha, who is usually the backup point guard for Kaczynskis, but he usually does struggle under pressure, as we've seen in the last 3 days.
Yeah, I think, you know, Stunkus probably needed a little bit breather as well, because he's played 26 minutes so far in this game. We still have 5 minutes left in this fourth quarter. If he gets a couple minutes, he can finish the game off. Let's see what is the game plan of Coach Bardauskas. And this is exactly what you spoke about. You can see straight away they see the French defense again. You know, they have opportunity to press the Lithuanian offense, and they're doing it so well.
Matulovic just helping out the backcourt here. 16-point lead to the French. We're under 5 minutes to go. France, again, have been excellent in this game so far. Ilan Petrou back into the game here in the backcourt for France. Kaczynskis, he'll try a 3-pointer. Doesn't get it. And Petrou now will look to build this one. Moscow now finding Noah Penda, where he doesn't take many 3-pointers. Doesn't get it, and now Kaczynskis will try to push this one. Down low to Bieliauskas. Bieliauskas can't get it. Well, Padegimas, he'll try another 3-pointer. Takes it, nails it. Much needed confidence. Under 4.5 to go here. Can France hold on, or can Lithuania inspire themselves to a comeback, trailing by 13 points?
That's a low-scoring quarter. France only 5 points, and Lithuania 7 in this quarter. There's just great defenses in here from both teams.
Lithuania with only one more foul to give here, and there's the last foul they can give. And you can see it coming. Bieliauskas, I don't even understand that, because Bichard is a point guard. He's trying to post up against Bieliauskas. Bieliauskas is trying to push him out.
Yeah, I don't know why he's reaching out there, because you know, Jacques wasn't even dangerous in there, so you don't want to commit a fourth team foul so early in this quarter, or 4 minutes to go, because France going to go to the line.
Pietru tries a three-pointer, doesn't get it. It's going to go out of bounds now with 0.2 of a second left here. France are going to get one more opportunity left now. There's 3:49 to go in the fourth quarter. It looks like Pichard is telling FIBA to get out so that he could be possibly one option for them. So Lithuania now. Now, one thing for Lithuania that goes against them, Kasakiewicz is coming back in the game here, of course. They don't want to foul France, and they don't want to send to the free throw line. 0.2 of a second. It's literally catch, throw it up. FIBA now turns around, takes it. Oh, he got it, but again, it doesn't count. Well, Ilan FIBA looking like a French Reggie Miller out there. But look at this. That's still impressive, of course. Kapuscinskas. 3:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Lithuania fighting for everything they've got now. Kapuscinskas still keeps alive now. Well, throws it right to Wilson Chuck. And now France again with the momentum in their favor. No need to rush anything here. They solidify that bronze medal. They slow things down. Find it. Diawara with the throwdown. Well, that might very well be Bon Nuit to the bronze medal game. As Lithuania have to call timeout. Oh, look at that, Teresa. I mean, that is just a monster dunk there. Diawara making a statement.
It's a great space recognition, or court vision recognition from Pichard as well, because he didn't really, you know, force anything. He was just waiting for the player to go behind the back of the defensive players in the zone and just easy pass, you know. And Pichard has played really important role for this French team as well, switching with Pietrus. You know, again, I already mentioned each point guard gives you a little bit different face of the game offensively and defensively, because the game plays as the point guard play. And I think Pichard done a great job at this tournament. Even though today he didn't score, but he already had 5 assists. You know, making your teammates better, that's the job of the point guard. You know, control the rhythm, make your teammates better, deliver the passes, and that's what Pichard's doing.
That's an excellent point, of course. Yeah, I mean, look, just when you start to build some momentum going forward, you turn it over, of course, and France has come back. But what do? They just greeted to a wide open dunk there. Oh, Monsieur Diawara.
You know, that turnover just reflects pretty much the whole game, because we keep repeating it. Lithuania has 23 turnovers and France 19 steals in this game, which itself is just both incredible numbers. 23 points for France from the turnovers, so, and 11 from fast break. It just tells you how effective this French team is.
Kapuscinskas now, with 3 minutes to go, trailing by 15 points. Let's put a double screen. Kasakiewicz, he's made 1 3 tonight, takes another one, doesn't get it. Kanegimas just does enough there. They try another 3 of 3s in the corner. And the 3 is good. Well, Justas Stonkus now taking his tally, of course, up to 12 points. He's so far 2 for 5 from the perimeter. The problem with Lithuania here is they have no more fouls to give. Any more fouls, they'll be sending France to the free throw line. Pichard now kicking out to Diawara. He tries a 3, doesn't get it. But another offensive rebound. Oh, they missed a putback there. Another offensive rebound. And this has been the Achilles heel here for Lithuania. The inability to box out and to secure France from getting any second chance points. Oh, Pichard with a spin out, takes it, doesn't get it. Wilson Chuck with another offensive rebound. And We have had literally nearly a full minute of play here, with France is just having offense after offense. Well, 2 seconds now. Pietru's got to get something going. The foul pulled right in the dying seconds there by Kepežinskas. And Lithuania can't just punish themselves there, Teresa.
Yeah, that's fourth personal foul for Kepežinskas. He can't believe it because it was literally on the last second on the shot clock. And, you know, it's so frustrating for defensive players. Let's see it again. Pietru's trying to attack, knowing that he's under time pressure. And, you know, it was just a scramble, but you gotta keep, you know, Pietrus didn't have that look to shoot the ball, so you just gotta keep the hands away from your body and not to attempt yourself to drop it there to give officials chance to call the foul. So Pietrus on 2 and another possession for France on the line.
Well, we talked a lot about education for these young players that are playing in this tournament. Of course, thanks to FIBA for hosting these under-17s, these under-19s, these under-20s World Cups. But when you make the transition from junior to professional basketball, whether that's the men's or the women's, you have to understand that where you are in the game, trailing by 13 points with under 2 minutes to go, you've already put France in the penalty. You cannot make these silly decisions on defense that just send France to the charity stripe.
And, you know, I know you try to keep the pressure up, but as you already said, these players are not even threatening the basket, you know. So why to make the foul? Why not to focus more on the other players to prevent that pass and be in a passing lane and try to steal that and play great individual defense? So, you know, this is definitely a learning curve for this Lithuanian team. You know, how to deal with the pressure, how to improve it, how not to turn the ball over, pardon me. But you know what? They've done a great job on the glass so far in this game, and I think that's what they should be happy about. But the fact that they turn the ball over so many times is just, you know, something they need to bring into the future themselves as well as a basketball players.
Well, both free throws are made now. France here 15 points ahead against Lithuania, the bronze medal match. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the gold medal match will be played not too long off this one between the United States and Spain. But at the moment, Lithuania just keep battling back. Here's Kasakevičius with the ball in his hands. Finding Kepežinskas. Kepežinskas going all the way. There's the kick out. Stukas made his last three-pointer. Padegimas falling in with an offensive rebound again. Going in, getting the second chance points there. Maybe down to 13 points. But now Pietru now here on the ball. It's been a phenomenal play here for France this tournament. And there's the kick out now. Pietru wanted the pick and roll here. No rush here from France. 2 on the shot clock now. Got to shoot it. Takes it. Doesn't get it. The foul has been committed. I wonder, I'm quite sure if they called this against. They've called it against France. It will be Lithuania ball. They've called this one on Ilan Fiblul.
Yeah, that was that reach from behind of Padegimas. We just seen it in replay. So great spot here by the official.
Well, 55 seconds to go. Lithuania trailing by 13 points. Kepežinskas now got it here by Pietru. Again, just threw himself into Wilson shot. And again,
you know, the French defense has that comfort because it's only second team foul in here. So even though it was quite away from the basket, obviously it doesn't change nothing for France. Right now, defensively, it just breaks the Lithuanian offense.
Well, Kepežinskas will inbound this one. 44.9 seconds to go now. France in control of this. Kasakevičius now fake, going all the way with a finger roll. So he lays that one up off the backboard.
He had a great game because of 7 points, 9 points, and 4 rebounds, 2 assists. I think he's the one who really replaced Bielauskas because that wasn't his game today, and I think Lithuania needed it. But shame that Padegimas had those 3 personal fouls at the beginning of the game because it would have probably been a little bit different game today.
Well, 1 second left now. He's got to shoot it. Well, 1 too many passes, a 24-second violation.
Yeah, too many passes, 19 assists for France. It just tells you how much they share the ball. But this time, I think they a little bit overshared. And someone needs to take the responsibility to shoot the ball.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in 2018, France made it to the finals of the FIBA U17 Men's Basketball World Cup, in which they were led by Theo Maledon. playing in the NBA as we speak with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and Kylian Hayes also playing in the NBA for the Detroit Pistons. Well, France won the silver medal in that game as the three-pointer is nailed by Kepazinskas. But at the end of this one, France are going to win the bronze medal of the 2022 FIBA U17 Basketball World Cup. At the end of this one, it is France 66, Lithuania 58. We thank you for joining us here in the city of Malaga. It has been a phenomenal atmosphere in the wonderful arena of Palacio de Deportes. Jose Maria Martin Carpena. Lithuania succumbed to their second defeat as they will finish fourth. France have won the bronze medal. Well, we'll show you some stats and leave you with some highlights here from this game. But again, France just showed their superiority, their basketball brilliance, as they bring home their second medal now in 6 tournaments of the FIBA U17 Men's Basketball World Cup. Well, Teresa, there are the stats. Run us through them.
Yeah, we could see a good shooting from Lithuania, obviously, but I think we're really, we could talk about anything. You see 19 assists for France team, but what stands out to me is obviously those 23 turnovers for Lithuania and 19 steals for France. I think that's one thing these Lithuanians gonna regret, because they have really been competitive on both ends of the glass to this strong French team, but these turnovers just gave you know, France easy points to score, and I think that's what really you know, made them the game to lose, because France has been great stepping in here, and congratulations to them to getting the bronze medal from this Under-17 Basketball World Cup. You know, that could be a good satisfaction for them, because we knew that they wanted gold, and you could see on the players they're not like super happy from this bronze. But you know what, when the time's gonna pass, you're gonna realize that being third on the world is still a huge success.
Well, you have to love the scenes. We've seen the Lithuanian fans applauding for the Lithuanian players, the French fans applauding for the French players. So we're gonna take a look at some of the best plays, of course. But what I was just saying there, as we went to the best plays moments here of the second half, I think you love, of course, the Lithuanian fans, you know, paying the homage to their players, the French fans giving the accolades to theirs, but also the home Spanish fans applauding both teams, of course. This is what international basketball is all about. Getting the countries to play here, you know, getting to know how the systems work in each federation, but more importantly, showcasing the beauty of the game here from every single country.
And it's also really important for the players to feel the support. You know, they are at the beginning of their careers and they need to be encouraged. And, you know, this is incredible experience for every player to play at the World Cup stage, you know, and you want to bring the best experience you can, and the fans and the crowd could only help to it. And I think the Spanish fans has been incredible and, you know, so unselfish, just appreciating a good basketball and good talent which each team has to offer. And both teams should be really proud, because they displayed some incredible games in here at this tournament, you know. So they could bring the learning experience home. They could bring, you know, loads of emotions as well, obviously, because we know that this wasn't easy for neither of the side. Now, France is not too happy from third place, even though I think they should be. And the Lithuania obviously wanted a medal, but I think the better team won today, and I think the game was completely in control of the French team, and I think that's what the coach was worried about yesterday. The France lost that control of the game against Spain, and I think the fact that they gained it today back just made them to win this bronze medal.
That's what I thought as well. I thought emotionally, because it's a short turnover from the last semi-final till this game, that France were going to have that hangover from the semi-final defeat. And I almost thought that Lithuania, going into the game against the United States, obviously knowing that they're the underdogs, playing very tough, of course, maybe thought that a bronze medal was more realistic, seeing what their outcome was in the semi-final matchup. But the key thing, of course, of that, you know, France defied all the odds. France came here, just showed their brilliance, showed their composure. I mean, what's great is 5-10 years from now, we're going to see these players playing professional basketball, and we're going to look back at this tournament and think, you know what, we were here calling this game, seeing their development. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will leave you with some of the highlights, but get ready for the final, which will be live here on the YouTube stream. It will be Spain versus the United States in the gold medal game of the FIBA Under-17 Men's Basketball World Cup. We'll be back in 50 minutes for the final.